Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Friday, October 20th, 2023. Lance Brock here, everyone, to talk some pro wrestling with you on this Friday. Hoping everyone is having a fantastic Friday so far today. And last night there was a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, talking all about last night's episodes of Impact Wrestling on Access TV and Ring of Honor Wrestling on Honor Club. And there were a couple match recommendations in case you missed the podcast last night. First, from Impact Wrestling, we had Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Samurai del Sol, the former Kalisto. I thought that was an awesome match last night from Impact Wrestling, and I would definitely recommend checking that out if you did not see that match last night. Also, ROH TV on Honor Club last night, we saw Mercedes Martinez take on Billy Starks in what I thought actually was quite an entertaining match, which did end in kind of some, I don't know if I'd say chaos or not, but Mercedes Martinez and Diamante attacking Billy Starks 2-on-1, but then Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena making the save with the chair, and they chased them off with, both of them chased them off with chairs in their hands. And in case for some reason you have not been keeping up with Ring of Honor, the angle that is going on right now currently is that Athena has Billy Starks as her minion in training, along with Lexi Nair in the backstage segments anyway. And right now they're feuding with Mercedes Martinez and Diamante, which I think this whole thing with Athena and Billy Starks, if you just look at it, it might seem kind of silly, but so far has actually been quite entertaining. And like I always say, like I said last night, definitely recommend checking out Honor Club, even if you just subscribe for 1 month. It's definitely worth at least giving it a try. And now, today, Friday, we have WWE Friday Night SmackDown tonight, which will take place from the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas, and will feature the build for the Crown Jewel Premium Live event, which I believe is only about 2 weeks away. And tonight we will see the return of Logan Paul, who I understand has mentioned on his podcast or something that he wants to come and face Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. So now we're going to see heel Logan Paul again. But I have to admit, I didn't know who he was before he came to WWE. But the matches he has had have been actually good, and especially the one he had with Roman Reigns last year definitely surprised me. I definitely was not expecting that from him, but so I'm not going to complain too much about him coming back. Also, Io Sky will defend the WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair, And Santos Escobar will be taking on Montez Ford in singles action. John Cena will appear. The Bloodline will respond to LA Knight. And more tonight. WWE Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then right after that, it's time to go on over to TNT for AEW Rampage, which was taped last Wednesday night just outside of Houston, Texas, right after Dynamite. And tonight on Rampage, this should be a treat. We have Mystico, who I'm sure some people, some casual fans, just may know as Sin Cara from his time in WWE, but definitely a big name in Mexico before then in CMLL. He will be taking on Rocky Romero tonight, and I think that'll be a pretty awesome match to see. Also, we have the Blackpool Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli and Willard Yuta will be in action. John Silver of the Dark Order will be taking on Kip Sabian and Brother Zay, Isaiah Cassidy, in a three-way match. Plus, we will see Ruby Soho taking on Sky Blue, which, again, I think should also be another very entertaining match. That is all tonight. AEW Rampage, 10 p.m. Eastern, TNT, and I hope to have a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic tonight, talking about both shows. Hopefully, we'll have a good Friday night of pro wrestling ahead of us. And on this weekend, like I said, a lot of people, unfortunately, not too familiar with what's going on in Impact Wrestling these days. But of course, Bound for Glory tomorrow on pay-per-view. And we'll definitely be previewing that on tomorrow's episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. And definitely want to talk real quick about some news that I heard the other day. And that is the NWA apparently signing some kind of TV deal with the CW. Heard a little bit about that, and not quite sure when this is going to start, or I do understand the deal is for Power, their normal show that's on YouTube, and, well, now on YouTube, at one time was on Fight TV, but I think this is definitely good for the NWA. CW, of course, at one time was home to WWE Friday Night SmackDown, and definitely a positive for NWA, and that is definitely what we need, is more of the smaller promotions getting deals like this, whether if it's the NWA, or I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see MLW maybe get a better kind of like TV deal or something, even though Fight TV is great, and that is definitely what we need. I know some people would disagree with me, but we definitely always need more pro wrestling. And that is all for this Friday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and hope to have a new episode tonight right after SmackDown and Rampage. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for Saturday's Good Morning Wrestling Fans, and we'll preview Bound for Glory. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to leave your feedback on last night's Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor episodes, you can in the comment section. Also, you can still leave your predictions for tomorrow's Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory and more, or anything else you just want to say. I will talk to everyone tomorrow morning, hopefully first tonight though on 360 Wrestling Fanatic, but for sure tomorrow morning. And until then, have a great pro wrestling day.